Okay, so this is the lightly frozen packed Wild. So this is a portable all-terrain refrigerator slash freezer that you can put on your back like a backpack, or you can roll this thing around or just pick it up by the handles. Any way you want to move it, you can with this thing. So this is actually a follow-up to the frozen pack that I reviewed last year. And at its core, both of these have the same purpose: to keep your things either cool or actually frozen, because this does have a temperature range between 68 degrees all the way down to -4 degrees. And so on the front, you do have some controls to be able to adjust the temperature, and also you can change it between its eco mode and also its max mode. So eco mode will definitely extend the battery life for this, and then the max mode will be able to allow you to get down to that coolest temperature that you want faster. But I definitely recommend using eco mode most of the time. And as far as getting power to this thing, you have a couple of different ways. So it does come with a cigarette lighter or a carport charger. So basically you can plug this into your car, or if you do have a portable power station, you can plug this into that particular input. And then you can also charge this via an AC cable, so you can plug it right into a standard wall outlet. Now on their Kickstarter campaign, they will be including this with this actual unit, but I think after the campaign you will have to buy this separately, which I wish they just would include that, but just be aware of that. But the main way I'm going to be using this is with their U20 batteries, so I can be completely cordless. So their U20 batteries is what they use with a lot of their products now, including their chainsaws or power drills, and also little carts that you can move around, and lawnmowers and stuff. But yeah, you can take any of those existing batteries that you already have with their other products, or you can buy them along with this. But yeah, once you have your batteries, now you can go ahead and put them in this left pocket here, so you can unzip it and then slide it into its appropriate slot. And then you also do have a space to store 2 extra batteries, so when that one battery dies, you can go ahead and replace it with another battery. And also new this year is that the pockets actually do have another expansion zipper to give you a little bit more space. And this is an upgrade over the first original frozen pack, that the pockets were just very tight on that. So now this is definitely very welcome. And then on the other side, you will find another pocket that also can expand, but this is where you're actually plug in either the AC or the car adapter port. And also you do have some more space there to store some additional batteries. Now the U20 batteries do come in different capacities, but if you are using their latest one that does have 20,000 milliamp hours of capacity, this should be able to get you around 9 hours of use. But that is going to be dependent on what temperature that you have it set on, and also what is the ambient temperature around you and this frozen pack Wild. So if you're outside in the middle of the day, 100-degree weather, of course that battery life will probably go ahead and drop down. But for me, when I was using it on a day that ranged between like 85 and 90 degrees, and where the humidity did creep up there a little bit, I was experiencing around like 7 hours or so off of one of the latest U20 batteries. Oh, and real quick, let's just talk about how this thing works. So it does have a built-in compressor, so you do want to make sure you keep this sitting upright and you don't have it tilted at all, because that could cause it to error out. Now, as far as capacity, you do have 16 liters or 17 quarts worth of space on the inside. So that's plenty for me, especially if I am just using it for me or maybe just one other person. But I like the fact that I was able to get 14 water bottles on the inside pretty comfortably. I maybe could have squeezed in a couple of extra if I really wanted to, but yeah, I have enough space for my drinks. But also, again, you can use this to store food, whether it's frozen food or anything else inside of it, depending on what temperature that you want. Oh, and one other upgrade for this over the original frozen pack is that you don't have a zipper anymore that you had to unzip to be able to open up the lid on the original. Now you actually just have this little latch that you can just pull down this orange tab and then unclip it, and then now you can just open it up, and then now you can close it and then clip it back up, and it's that fast. And I like the sealing that they do have around the lid. It does a pretty good job at making sure it keeps that temperature regulated, so you're not losing any of that cool or cold air. And also, I actually just let this unlatch a couple of times because a lot of people were going in and out, and it still maintained a really good temperature. I didn't find that it was detrimental not having it fully latched down every single time. So this mechanism is just better overall. But then also, when you look around the frozen pack, you just have a lot of different areas to be able to attach things to it. So on the front, you have this kind of bungee cord here that you can slide maybe a rain jacket or anything inside of it if you wanted to. But the key component for expandability or customization with this is going to be these 28 mounting points. So these are going to be your standard mounting points that I use with all of my different like cameras and tripods and things like that. So now you're able to actually screw in things and be able to attach them on, like this light that I do have on this little selfie pole. So now if I am wanting to use this at night, I have something to be able to light up my space around this frozen pack Wild. Or again, you can also screw in and attach a bunch of other different things that you want, a camera or any other type of thing that you want. So it's very nice to have this scatter all around. But one of the coolest attachments for this is going to be these little kind of tray tables that you can attach onto it. So these are 3 different tables. The one on the front, of course, is going to be the biggest. That's all you have to do is just fold up, and then now it will kind of just snap in place. And then on the side, you have two smaller tray tables that you can fold up as well. And when you're not using them, of course, you can fold them down, and it still maintains a kind of a sleek look with this FrozenPack Wild with them folding down. But one thing I did notice is that with the ones on this side, they do block the side carrying handles. So when I am transporting this to and from my location, I usually keep those side tables off. But if you do want to keep the side tables on, you do have another carrying handle at the top here towards the back that you can use for that. But when you do have this thing fully loaded, it does get pretty heavy, so that definitely isn't ideal. But anyway, getting back to the tables themselves, they also do have two little additional side attachments that you don't need to have, but when you do kind of clip them in, now you do have just extra space there to be able to put stuff on. And so at its core, these tables are just really clutch, especially if you do have some items and food that you need to prep that you're taking out of the FrozenPack. Now you can take your stuff out and have it sitting there, and then now be able to move it where you need to. But I mostly just use it to be able to place my drinks or my peanut butter filled pretzels that I'm kind of addicted to right now onto this, and it can handle a decent amount of weight. So these tables are just really nice. Now the customization doesn't end there with these tables, even though it seems like a lot already, right? But on the back of this FrozenPack Wild, you do have multiple different attachment points to either place the backpack strap or the roller carrying handle, so you can move this thing around like a little roller carry-on bag that you take on the plane with you. And so with the roller handle, you do slide it in and lock it in place, but also you do have two screws that you need to place in as well to be able to make sure it's tight fitting to this FrozenPack Wild. So yeah, you do have some wheels that you can attach and screw in on the bottom of this, and two of the wheels do have some locking mechanisms on them, so you'll be able to lock it in place. But I will say that the wheels did perform pretty well, especially when I wasn't on like a smooth paved surface and I was on like some gravel or some grass. But when the grass did get a little tall, sometimes the grass will get caught on the actual locking mechanisms on the two wheels there, so I had to kind of unclog that a little bit. But most of the time I was able just to push this around. But when you are ready to attach the backpack strap, that does have 4 different attachment points that just slide in and lock in. And then also you have this little strap here that you go ahead and fold down to give it even better stability. And then now you're ready to go ahead and slap this thing on your back, and then you have multiple different ways you can go ahead and cinch this down, and then now you can walk around and do whatever with this thing on your back. Now by itself, the FrozenPack Wild does weigh 26.4 pounds, but of course when you are loading water or sodas and anything else you want to store inside of it, it is going to get heavier. Now look, I was in the Army, so I'm used to carrying rucksacks and heavy things on my back, so it wasn't an issue for me, but just be aware of that. But the good thing is that the cushion on this backpack strap is very cushiony, I would say, so it's very soft. And this cushion is also the same on the waist strap that does allow you to help distribute the weight across your frame better. And also on the waist strap and also the shoulder straps, you have more attachment points. But yeah, overall, I would say that it's actually pretty comfortable for what it is. Even though it can be a lot of weight, this definitely is good to be able to allow you to be hands-free and be able to move this thing to your destination, whether it's your campsite that might be a mile away from where you're parking, or if you're just going to the beach or something and you don't want to have to roll this thing in the sand. But the old school way of carrying this is still here, just by using these side carrying handles, which are better than the original FrozenPack. They just feel more durable and more comfortable. But yeah, overall, the design and everything with the attachment points on this is very clean. And a couple more extra things about this FrozenPack Wild is that now you do have Bluetooth app support, so you can download the app that works with this and be able to adjust the temperature and monitor the temperature, and then also get alerts when the battery and stuff is getting low, so now you know that you need to go charge it. And also, I don't have this, but they will be selling a DeWalt battery attachment that you can place, I think, in the left-hand side pocket. And once you add that in, now you can use your DeWalt batteries if you already use those different type of tools and stuff coming from them, and you already have a bunch of batteries and stuff. Now let's go ahead and talk about price and stuff of this. So this will be first launching as a Kickstarter campaign. Actually, the campaign is already launched by the time I'm making this video, and there are 2 versions to choose from. So the standard version comes with the FrozenPack itself, and also the backpack strap and the car cigarette charger cable and a vehicle tie-down strap. So if you have this sitting in like the seat of your car, you can make sure this strap is around the headrest so it doesn't tip over. And then also this comes with a mesh storage net and a bicycle mounting hook. But the version that I have is the ultimate version, and this has a price tag of $429. And this comes with everything I already talked about, but also it does come with 2 of their latest U20 batteries. And I need to mention this, is that the standard version does not come with any batteries at all. But yeah, you get the 2 U20 batteries, and also you get the table set and the roller carrying handle and the 4 wheels. And you also get this bottle holder that you can attach to the backpack straps, or you can actually attach this to the FrozenPack. So yeah, the differences are just with the accessories and things like that. The actual FrozenPack itself is going to be the same with each version that you choose. So I'll drop a link down below to the Kickstarter campaign and stuff in the description of this video. But yeah, I think that's all that I have here with this FrozenPack Wow, which I've been putting to use here over the last few weeks a lot. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.